Good morning, Facebook. It has been a while. I'm not going to say real quick because it might not be quick. It might be a ramble. Tomorrow is our 6th annual Children, Youth, and Family Policy Forum. It's out by the Costco in like Cordelia area. It's for all of Solano County. So even if you live in Vacaville and it says Fairfield, show up. You know what I'm saying? If you Dixon, whatever, Vallejo, like all of us just show up, spread the news, text it, Snapchat it, Instagram it, Vine it, Facebook it, Tumble it, whatever you got to do to just spread it to as many people as you can. You know what I'm saying? It's the more people that show up, the more they got to be like, oh, people are starting to notice that we're not really doing anything with our funding. You know what I'm saying? And we just legalized marijuana. So there is definitely money in the budget to go to our children because no child deserves and chooses to be homeless. None of their choices led them to that. So the more we show up and the more that our presence makes that power, the more that our voice makes that power, it shows that to our kids that it's just like it's us that bring the change. It's us that request that this lifestyle be a little bit different and our system be fixed and it's just not this dead-end system. And I know some of you think that it's like, well, it's not my child going through it, but your child has to go to school with these children. And I've said it before. If you're sending your kids to school with broken, hurt kids, like, it's not a healthy place for anybody. You know what I'm saying? We don't make it alone. We make it together. We're not all in our different little worlds in this universe. We're sharing this one spot. So we all need to make it together in order to grow and flourish properly together. You know, it's just how it is. And let's use a gardening technique. Like if you put a plant like mint that likes to spread and take over and just overpower, it's just like next to other plants, like it's not gonna flourish. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna drown them out. So it's just like the same thing with sending kids to school that are broken and hurt and being abused and homeless, and it's like having to worry about all this stuff. They're not learning. You know what I'm saying? So our schools aren't getting funding because it's just like the grades is being brought down, and it's just like, and then your kid goes to work, and it's just like even they're getting the outlet from the kids taking it out on them that they're stressing her, or it's just like you got your empath kids who are just like are feeling that pain, and it's just like watching kids suffer and wondering like, why aren't our adults doing anything? That's a good question because that's just the way it is in the 80s and there's changes in the 90s, and I just posted all this. It's just, what are we doing? Like, we've had top hits from it. That's just great. We don't need another song. We actually need voices to be heard and stand up and be with people, and that's what this is about. So the more that we show up and show out that, hey, we do acknowledge that this is a problem, and we do acknowledge that it's just like the funding's shouldn't be fought for that hard. We shouldn't have to fight for this. It's like this should just be a thing, you know. They would see that it's just like, okay, we have to do something different. We have to make this a little bit better. So if you can, make it out. It would be great. It's tomorrow. It's from 9 to 1:30. It's not, you don't even have to be there for the whole thing, but definitely show up and make your numbers be present, make your voice be heard. It's like listening to what's just like their tactics to go around and get the funding and how not to get the funding. It's just be there. Because there's going to be cameras, you know what I'm saying? In this digital age, everything's being recorded, so they're going to see that it's like, ooh, there's a lot of people showing up to this thing. So it's just be one of those people. Be one of those people that can show to your kids, like, you're going to make this choice. You're going to be the one that changes the future. You are the future. You are the reason that this world will even get better or this world will get worse. Like, so just be that active part, be that active role, and let's show them that we are the generation that care. We are the generation that want to change. And it's like, we're not going forward with the same broken system. Then it's just like, no, we need everybody to flourish so we can all flourish together. We need to grow together. We need to live together. We need to love together, to support each other, to encourage each other. Like, this is what it means to be human, is to love and to care and to find that acceptance. So come out, be there, stand up for somebody, you know what I'm saying? Heal yourself and heal others. It's just how it is. And it's just like the best thing that we can do in life is to give, right? It's better to give than it is to receive. Get up and give. You know what I'm saying? Be out there. Be present. I have posted it. I've shared it to a lot of people. I've tagged a lot of people. I know I get a little obnoxious with my tag craziness. But please share it. If you can't make it, at least share it. Share it on your page. Tag a couple people. Like anybody that's in the Solano County or anybody that wants to show up that can make it, just share the knowledge. At least get the word out there. It's just like when I realized it, it's like, oh, well, how many people usually show up? And they're like, a few. And, you know, it's just like they don't really, I don't know, there's just not a lot of, the word don't get out there. And if the people aren't looking for the information, it's just like they don't know the information. It's like, well, why is that? And what was weird, this gentleman came up and they were collecting donations for people that are, you know, addicts that were being clean and make sure that they have somewhere to live. And I'm like, oh, homeless thing and everything like that. I'm like, you know, my kids are in a class, you know, Rising Leaders for Solano Youth Voices, and there's a policy forum coming up. I'm like, why don't you guys show up to that and everything like that, and like make your presence be known. And he was like, we didn't hear about it. And it's like, why is there agencies that are fighting against homelessness not being told about these policy forms? What are you trying to do? How are you trying to beat the system? You know what I'm saying? It's just, shouldn't that be the first people that say, like, hey, show up here? And it's just like, why aren't these at school? Like, hey, there's a policy form, and put up in the office and put through our, at least our junior highs and our high schools. It's like, these kids are smart enough to understand that it's like there's a problem. They see it. They're experiencing it. And one of their friends are experiencing it. It's like, they know this is a problem. They should be able to know where the resources is to fix the problem. Right? There's part of the broken system. It's like, if we don't tell the people don't know, they don't show up, and we get to keep our money. It's like, no, you don't. The government has plenty of money to go around. Let's start making them use it. And let's make them use it for our kids. What a better place to spend our money and our time and our energy than on our babies, our children, our future, the ones that are going to take care of us when we're elderly and need to get taken care of. You know what I'm saying? What better than bring up healthy, happy kids to support us in our ascending stages, right? So we really need to show them that we are the ones that bring change, and it's we the people for the people, right? Like, we have to be those people. We are the people. We, all of us, background, religion, color, don't matter. We all have babies. We all want them safe. We all want them taken care of. We all have this common ground. So let's come together and share that ground and build on that ground and flourish that ground. So show up. Let's show out. I know the Hispanic community is going to be deep. Somehow they always get the information. What walls are they looking at to get their information? Like, what are we doing? Like, obviously our TV didn't tell us about it. Our Facebook ain't mentioning it. Instagram, I've been talking about it for, at least I've known for at least 2 weeks. My Instagram hasn't put an ad on it. Like, where you at, phone stalker? Like, why? How come you ain't telling me about this stuff? It's just, they don't want us to know. Because if we know, we make change. So inform yourself. Let's get involved. Let's be happy. Let's support. Let's encourage. Let's get our babies off the street. You know what I'm saying? Let's give them a chance. And then let's go fight the school district. Let's go fight the school system and be like, this is ridiculous learning. It's been proven since the 20s, and it's the only thing that hasn't changed. Our cars have changed. Our phones have changed. Our houses have changed. Everything else has changed. Even the way we get groceries has changed, but not our school system. And I'm not okay with that. So let's change. Let's start small, work with our kids and everything like that. So they see that it's just like, you know what? The school didn't help me. There was nobody to go to. There was nobody really to talk to. It's just like, there's no programs for me to reach out and be like, oh my God, this person's hurting. Let me go tell somebody. Well, who do I tell? Kind of just stops there. You tell your principal, you tell this, and it's like, they're supposed to be mandated reporters, but it's like, there's nothing to report. You know what I'm saying? After the fact that it's just like, okay, this kid's struggling. They're homeless. Okay, well, we ran out of funding. How? Ow. Isn't marijuana like a multi-billion industry? Plenty of money right there. Plenty of stoners in California to make there enough money for kids to have better treatment, better resources, better help, better therapy, better outlets, different options. Let's show them that there's different options. Let's show them that their mind, what they think and how they speak to themselves and how they live directly affects their emotions, their depression, their happiness, all these mental things that we're giving them pills. We're giving our baby pills. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh, you're having a hard time in life and your friend's homeless and your other friend's on drugs and your other friend's pregnant. It's like, let's give you some anxiety pills. Like, no. Let's show them how to be strong in themselves and to show up and have a voice and speak up for themselves and speak up for people. Like, let's show them that it's just like, if you control your thoughts, which is the hardest battle there is, then you can control the world. You know what I'm saying? You can make that change. You could be that change that we all want to talk about. And everyone's like, oh my God, it's getting so terrible here. Well, come on, let's fix that. I don't want it to keep getting worse and worse and worse. I want to be the generation that healed this, that changed this, that put their politicians in their place and make sure that they're standing up for us, not standing up for their pocketbook. And I just said that this morning too. It's just like, we got all these doctors and these politicians and these, teachers that it's just like, yeah, what they went to school for to do is great, you know what I'm saying? And it's just like, they offer the community a great service, but when it comes down to it, it's the pocketbook. It's the people writing the check that they really stand for, because they have to keep their funding, because a little bit of help that they give to people in the spectrum that they're allowed to without losing their funding is not enough. And just be like, whoa, I want to be able to help and heal people and not do the best interest for the insurance company, but do the best interest for the people. So it's just, We have to start raising kids who can problem solve and think and are safe and are happy in a flourishing system for them to come up with these ideas and them to come up with problem solving and them to come up with the confidence to be like, I don't like this and I need it to be changed, and I need it to be changed like immediately yesterday. Yeah, like that. You like that? So get excited. Stand up for something. You know, it's just, your babies are going to school with these babies. Let's raise a generation that are happy and are flourishing and really love each other and really support each other and really learn that it's just like, hey, when it's wrong, and let's not sweep it under the rug. Let's stand up and come together and do something about it. So I love you guys. Have a wonderful day. That was kind of quick, so real quick. Enjoy yourself. Love life. Let's make it what we want.